everyone, and welcome to this pick a card reading. So, today's reading is going to be a reading about if you should let go of a person, place, or thing, situation. Should you let go of something or someone? We're going to take a look at that today. I have 5 different piles. I pulled some cards that are some advice from Spirit on whether you should let go or not. Now, with letting go, I do want to make it clear that letting go doesn't always have to be permanent. And so just because Spirit, the cards may say that you should let go, it doesn't always mean that you need to let go forever, move on forever. Sometimes letting go is just a temporary thing, and a lot of times it's temporary and it's beneficial to people who may overthink, who may, sometimes we may overthink about the future. We may try and control the situation in a sense by thinking about how we want things to go, how we want things to happen. And a lot of times we can stress ourselves out by doing that, by thinking about what will happen next, or thinking about what has already happened that hasn't been good. Thinking about things like that. And so a lot of times for when we do that, letting go and removing ourselves from that situation, person, place, or thing that is causing us a lot of negativity, a lot of negative thoughts, especially making us feel like we need to control the situation, making us feel like we need it to be this way or that way or go a certain way. Letting go can be very beneficial to stressing less about a person, situation, thing, or place. And so that's kind of what we'll be looking at here, is whether or not Spirit thinks you should let go of this situation, person, place, or thing for the time being. If you would like to know if you should let go of this person, place, or thing, or situation permanently, you can make that clear when you pick your pile here. Think about the question in your head: should I let go of blank permanently? And use your intuition to choose a pile here. You can choose more than one pile if you'd like, as always, but this will be a pretty, either yes, you should let go, or no, you shouldn't answer. And so it may be good to pick an odd number if you're going to pick more than one, but you can pick however many you'd like. I think just for less confusion, picking one pile would be the best option, but pick however many you're drawn to. You can either see if you should let go of a situation for the time being. This is a timeless reading, so no matter when you're watching this reading, we can see if Spirit thinks you should let go of the situation for the time being of when you're watching, or you can ask if you should let go of the situation, person, place, or thing permanently. And yeah, you can ask about anything you are curious about if you should let go of or not. You can ask about anything. And so yeah, I've got 5 different options. Pile number 1 is lapis lazuli. Pile number 2 is clear quartz. Pile number 3 is tiger's eye. Pile number 4 is amethyst. And pile number 5 is sodalite. I'm going to go ahead and give some overall advice that Spirit has for everyone watching from the bottom of the decks. So I'll start with, first we have on the bottom of this deck the You're Ready card. And so for a lot of you, you're already ready to make this decision on your own. You're ready to maybe let go. You're ready to maybe not let go. But I feel for a lot of you here, you do already know what you want to do here. And as always with readings like this, when it comes to advice, first off, my readings about advice, or really all of my readings in general, are like messages from Spirit kind of relayed to me through the cards. And so I just want to make it clear that this is a advice from Spirit reading, as all of my advice readings are, as really, like I said, basically all my pick a card readings are messages from Spirit kind of relayed to me through like my spirit guides, things like that. Relayed through other people to my spirit guides to me, things like that. And so I just do want to make it clear so there's no confusion that this is advice from Spirit. So it's just clear that this is not like me giving my 2 cents here, I guess my advice, but yeah, a lot of you are already ready to make the decision here about whether you should let go or not. And so first and foremost, you should listen to your intuition and remember that no matter what spirit says, no matter what the cards say, no matter what anybody says, you have the ultimate choice about whether you should let go of this person, place, or thing, or situation or not. With the Queen of Wands card here, as well as love yourself first, a lot of you may be working a lot on yourself, focusing a lot on yourself. Some of you may need to focus maybe more on yourself, focus more on building up your self-confidence. And with this building up self-confidence, whether you are doing it or maybe you need to, maybe you're planning to, with this building up self-confidence, the self-confidence is important because it's going to give you confidence to take action, to go for what you want. And I think that's another message with the You're Ready card. You know, you're ready to go for what you want, take action towards what you want. No matter your gender here with the Queen of Wands, I do think it is about feeling confident enough in yourself to, like I said, make a decision about whether or not you should let go. Because I feel for a lot of you, you do know intuitively. And yeah, making a decision to take action maybe towards something, towards someone, to do something that is going to make you happy, is going to bring harmony into your life. And so it's good to know that it's okay to take action towards what you want, that you have the ability to do what you like in your life, to take action towards what you want. With the flexible card here on the bottom of this deck, yeah, this card shows that Spirit is giving you advice to be first and foremost flexible, like this card says, just straight up be willing to go with the flow of the situation that you're asking about, go with the flow and be maybe flexible when it comes to a person, if you're asking about a person, and kind of being able to compromise, do things like that, being able to know what you want and go after what you want. But sometimes, it's good to be flexible and be able to go with the motions and maybe change how you were originally going to do something for a different way. Just being able to change, being able to be flexible and roll with the punches, I think is how the saying goes. That's what I was hearing. And yeah, being flexible when it comes to whatever you're asking about is important in order to, get some success here, get some harmony, some peace in the situation you're asking about. Last card on the bottom of this deck, we have Spiritual Teacher. And so with this card, right now you are watching a pick a card reading, tarot, more spiritual-esque sort of thing here. And so Spirit definitely is giving you advice to consult maybe a spiritual teacher, consult possibly yourself even. You may do tarot readings, you may read oracle cards or things like that. And so taking advice from those, doing readings for yourself or getting a reading from someone, I think will really be beneficial here, Spirit is telling you. And also it could be about getting advice from just people around you, people you trust, people you look up to, people who you consider wise here. Could be a religious leader, it could be a spiritual person, it could be anyone who you see as, like I said, wise, intelligent, you think will know about the situation you're asking about, person, place, or thing you're asking about. So that's what I'm getting from the bottom of the decks for the overall advice. I'm going to go ahead and get into the first pile. The timestamps will be in the description box. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and begin. Hello everyone who chose pile number 1, the lapis lazuli. Never know if I'm saying that right, but hopefully I am. And so with this reading, I kind of went over a lot of information about this reading in the beginning of this video, and so I would recommend going back and listening to that if you haven't already. You don't have to though if you don't want to. But basically this reading is going to be about Spirit's advice on whether or not you should let go of the person, place, or thing or situation you're asking about. So yeah, I'm going to try and keep this as general as possible when it comes to, what you're letting go of, because I know a lot of people are going to be asking about different things, and so I'm sorry if I maybe trip over my words when I'm trying to say like person, place, or thing, situation, when I'm trying to say all of that. So I do apologize in advance. I might trip over my words a lot. I do that a lot. But yeah, so this is a general reading. As always, take only what resonates, leave what doesn't. At the end of the day, you have the free will to do whatever you like with your life, and so you don't have to let go if you don't want to. You don't have to not let go if you don't want to. But we're going to see what Spirit has to say here with these cards. First card we have here is Iceberg Submerged. With this card being the first card, Spirit wants to tell you that there's things you're not seeing here in this situation. There's things you don't know. And like I said, this is general, so there's going to be lots of different things you could be asking about. But if you're dealing with a person, there could be things you don't know about a person, things you don't know about a situation, a place, or thing. There just could be something that you don't know because maybe someone's hiding it from you, or you just don't know it because you haven't maybe looked into it. Or it could be something that you can see, like you could figure out very easily, but maybe you're choosing to not pay attention to it or something like that. Could be a lot of different things here, but basically Spirit is telling you that there's information you don't know here that you need to know when it comes to whatever you are asking about. An iceberg, the basis of this card is that icebergs, you can only see a portion of them above the water, but there's a lot under the water that you can't see. And so that's kind of where I'm getting this message of there's something you're not seeing here, something you don't know that you do need to kind of figure out, whether it be from your intuition or from actually doing possibly research or asking someone, something like that. Next card we have here is Queen of Cups reversed. So what I'm getting with this card, firstly, some of you here may be very emotional about the situation you're asking about. With the Queen of Cups reversed, yeah, no matter your gender, this could definitely be you being emotional, as I mentioned. This could also be that you're dealing with an emotional person. Or with the Queen of Cups reversed, it may just be that there's someone involved here, just some kind of person involved, most likely a more emotional person with this card in reverse. That's really what I'm getting mainly, is emotional. I feel a lot of you here, this is you, and you have been emotional about whatever you're asking about here, and this is probably why, part of the reason you're watching this reading, to see if you should let go or not, because of these emotions, most likely sadness and negative emotions here. But yeah, I'm just getting an emotional person here with the Queen of Cups reversed. And we have practice, 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 and everything's okay. Don't worry, it's all working out in a beautiful way. So with this card coming right after the Queen of Cups reversed, Spirit is very aware that you are emotional about the situation, that maybe you're dealing with an emotional person, like I mentioned, or there's just someone involved, and I feel for most of you here, you are emotional about the situation, you are emotional here, you may be worrying, and Spirit is letting you know that everything is okay. Like this card says, everything is fine. This woman's kind of holding up her hands in a stop kind of way, and so Spirit's kind of telling you, stop, don't worry. It's hard to not worry. It's hard to not be maybe sad about the situation, because something could have happened to make you sad. Something could have happened in the situation that's just making you emotional, and it can be definitely hard for us to get over our emotions, hard for us to not worry and to be calm. And you can never really be completely calm. It's really difficult to sometimes. But Spirit is telling you that you don't need to worry here, and that everything will work out in a beautiful way, like this card says. It's done the best way possible, how it's meant to work out. And with practice, 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 this card says with daily practice, you can polish. Sorry about that, my camera cut off. So, going back to this card, it says with daily practice, you can polish your skills and talents and increase your confidence. So confidence is the first word that really jumps out because in the overall advice from Spirit here, it talks about improving your self-confidence. And so a lot of you here may be already doing that, maybe working on that. Or some of you may be meaning to work on that, meaning to work on your confidence and improve that. But I do think that with this card here, this is general, so some of you could be asking about something that involves a skill, involves a hobby, involves something that you may be emotional about because you feel maybe you're not good enough, or there could be that sort of feeling here of maybe being not good enough or something like that. And so in that case, this card is a reminder that everything takes practice, including being confident, working on your self-confidence. It takes practice, it takes time to really build up your self-confidence and feel good about yourself. And so you don't have to rush yourself when it comes to whatever you're asking about here, whether it involves some sort of skill or it involves you just being confident, feeling good about yourself here. Whether whether it pertains to the skill of not worrying, that takes practice, as I kind of mentioned with this card. It takes time, it takes effort to be calm, and it's really difficult, but you can definitely do it, and Spirit is letting you know that you don't have to worry, and you can release your worries to Spirit with these cards coming up, and you can reassure yourself that things take practice, things also take time. I'm getting as well as another piece of advice here. So we have regeneration with this card coming up. This card talks of kind of something growing out of a situation that was just not the best. And so kind of goes back to the Queen of Cups reversed. A lot of you here have been emotional about the situation. Those emotions are most likely more negative. This card shows a tree that was burned by this lava here. It looks like there was a volcano explosion, but the sun is out and the tree's growing leaves. It's growing out of this negative situation that it was in, basically, is what I'm seeing here, what I'm getting from Spirit. Spirit wants you to know that, everything will be okay. You will grow out of this. You will find positivity here. You will find your light. You will grow as a person from the situation. No matter what has happened, you will have benefits out of it, and those benefits are really involved growing and learning. And the next card we have here is playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. You don't have to be asking about anything romantic here. I just wanted to use these cards because I do like using them. And so with this card coming up here, this card, along with practice, 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 like I mentioned, you could be asking about a hobby, or with practice, 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 for some of you it could be beneficial to you to take up a hobby, to learn something new, to learn a new skill, and to have a skill that's fun, do something that's fun for you, so you can maybe get your mind off of your emotions and kind of anxiety. You may be feeling worry, and feel more positive here, feel more happy and joyful with this card coming up. And the last card here we have is success. So success, I think, goes back to the message of confidence. Spirit wants you to realize that everything is working out in the best way, and that you will have success and growth out of the situation, no matter what the outcome is, no matter what has happened, no matter what will happen. And so you don't need to worry about, especially what will happen, because you'll be successful out of it. You'll grow as a person. You'll have gotten something good out of the situation, and I feel like you will realize that eventually, even if it's not immediately obvious to you what the good out of this, whatever you're asking about, will be. So, for the question, should you let go? I want to pull one clarifier here for a card, and then I will let you know what I'm getting here, what I'm feeling from these cards for whether or not Spirit thinks you should let go of what you're asking about. Okay, so a lot of cards came out when I shuffled for this card, so I wanted to clarify regeneration here. And this card clarifies a lot of what I was kind of already mentioning with the Queen of Cups reversed, of sadness and negative emotions. A lot of you, this is, you are emotional, you're thinking maybe very negative here about whatever you're asking about. And I feel, yeah, like there's anxiety, worry, negative thoughts here, negative feelings here. And this card is, like I mentioned, showing you that you will grow out of it, that you will see, the lessons you've learned, see the growth that the situation has brought you, no matter how bad it has unfortunately been. So, with these other cards here, for should you let go, I'm going to say no. With these cards, I don't think you should let go, at least not permanently. So if you were asking about if you should let go of whatever you're asking about permanently, I don't think that you should. With the Death card in reverse, I think that with the Regeneration card and with these other cards, we have 2 Pentacles on its side, 5 of Wands on its side, and we have 2 of Wands. And so I think that with time, like I mentioned with Practice card, I was getting the message of patience. With time, I do think that, with the Submerged card coming up here and the Regeneration card even, I feel like this is kind of a double meaning here with these cards, clarifying it, that you will grow as a person and learn from the situation. And I do think the situation will bring you success in the future, and that's why Spirit is telling you here that you don't have to let go if you don't want to here. You don't have to let go permanently, but I am seeing that for the time being, it could definitely be beneficial for you to maybe not let go entirely, but to maybe put your mind elsewhere, especially if it really resonates with you that you have been emotional, that you have been thinking negatively, feeling negative emotions, worried, anxious here. Putting your effort and putting your energy into something else here, something that you enjoy, like a hobby or a skill, I think will benefit you here. And that's kind of a way, letting go of the situation for the time being. But like I said, I don't think you should let go of it permanently, because I think in time, if you're very patient, I do think things will start to improve. Things will start to, like, any sort of conflict or issues here will start to dissipate here with these cards. But yeah, we'll take time and patience with the 2 of Pentacles on its side here, and also 2 of Wands. Time, patience, and optimism here, realizing that everything's okay and that everything will work out eventually, and that, Spirit's telling you that you will have success here, that you will have a new start here with the Regeneration card is what I'm getting. And it'll just take time, and like I said, focusing your time and energy elsewhere for the time being, and sort of kind of letting go in a sense in that way, but not letting go completely will, I think, make Spirit's telling you will help you, like, feel better here, help you feel better, feel more positive. It could even help you figure out something about this situation that you didn't realize already. But yeah, I think that's what I have to say with these cards for whether or not you should let go. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this reading. If you enjoyed it, please do like this video, subscribe, comment. That's all I have for you today. Bye. Hello everyone who chose pile number 2, the clear quartz. So should you let go of this person, place, or thing, or situation you're asking about? We're going to go ahead and take a look. This is a general reading as always, so do only take what resonates and leave what does not resonate in this reading. Take the messages that do. This is going to be advice from Spirit about whether or not you should let go. I kind of gave some more information about this reading and all of that in the beginning of this video, so you can go back and watch that if you'd like. But we're going to go ahead and get started with the cards. So first card you have here is New Moon Promise. So with this card here, Spirit first off wants you to know that there is a new beginning on the horizon. That's what I'm getting with this card. with this being, showing like a sunset here kind of on the horizon. So yeah, new moon talks of new starts, new things coming. And so I do think Spirit is telling you that there is something new coming for you here when it comes to whatever, something new pertaining to whatever you're asking about is what I was trying to say there. And Spirit does promise that it is coming, that something good and positive is coming, something new. And then we have holiday. The answer you're looking for can be found during a vacation, retreat, or holiday getaway. Excuse me. So this could be advice that you should take an actual holiday if you can, if you're able to go on a holiday. But with this card, it could also even be about just getting out and about, getting out in nature, with this girl being in this pond or river, just body of water here. Or simply this card, Spirit's advising you to just have fun and enjoy your life, whether it be by going on a holiday or by, getting out of your house and doing something maybe in nature. It doesn't even have to be in nature, just getting out of your house and doing something. Just kind of getting away, I feel, from your house, from, like that, and kind of doing something fun and enjoyable if you're able to. Or you could even do something fun in your house that you don't typically do. With this card coming up here, it's what I'm getting as well. But with fork in the road here, a lot of you, Spirit knows a lot of you here are very just confused, maybe in general, about whatever you're asking about. Spirit may know that a lot of you are confused about whether or not you should let go of whatever you're asking about here, which would be, makes sense while you're watching this reading. If you are confused about whether or not you should let go of whatever you're asking about what direction you should go when it comes to what you're asking about. But yes, so Spirit is aware that you're feeling that way, and I feel like Spirit is kind of giving you this advice to kind of get away in a sense here, whether it be like actually go on a holiday, or like I said, kind of just get out of the house and be in nature or do something. You could even just like go in your backyard. I feel like kind of getting away from your mind, from maybe your usual space, usual routine even, can maybe help you get clear on where you want to go when it comes to whatever you're asking about what you want to do, about whether you should let go or not. You could figure that out, through your intuition, by sort of getting away in a sense. And then have heart-to-heart conversations, honestly discuss your feelings with each other. So with this card coming up, Spirit's advising you to have discussions with people, especially if you're asking about a specific person here, about whether or not you're letting go of a specific person. You don't have to be, but especially if you are talking to that person and talking to them about your feelings, about how you're feeling about the situation, about how you are thinking about maybe even letting go. You could tell them that if you want. You could just talk to them and really work things out with them, even if you are asking about another person. So Spirit's advising you to talk to this person if you're asking about a person. But even if you're not asking about a person, having conversations with other people and being honest about your feelings and about your situation, and being honest maybe about the fact that you are confused, about you don't know what to do. Talking to other people can give you valuable information here with this card. You can also talk to Spirit, God, the universe, whoever or whatever you believe in. Just kind of ask for messages about whatever you're asking about. And then we have don't stop and compromise. So yeah, with the compromise coming up with heart-to-heart conversations, I feel there's a lot of you here asking about another person, and so I feel that Spirit's definitely advising you to give this person a chance to talk to them, to hear them out, tell them how you feel, maybe make a compromise here and work things out through talking to them. But with the don't stop card, I feel Spirit's also advising you to continue on, continue moving forward no matter what here. With this fork in the road card, Spirit's advising you to not try your best to not allow yourself to like be stuck in a rut. Try your best to not allow yourself to make you feel like you can't do anything, like you can't make a choice, like you can't go in whatever direction you want, because you can, and Spirit's letting you know that here. And also with compromise card, it does show a balance, and so I'm getting weighing your options. So it could be beneficial, Spirit's giving you advice to really weigh your options, and to maybe you can make a pros and cons list. You could really weigh, what's good when it comes to this, and what's bad when it comes to it, and what's good when it comes to that, and what's bad when it comes to the other thing. I hope you know what I mean here, what I'm getting from these cards. Because like I had mentioned, Spirit wants you to know that you have the full ability, full power to make a decision here, whether it be just about whether you should let go or not, or about something else pertaining to whatever you're asking about. You definitely have the power to make a decision about what you're going to do here. And then we have last card, the moon. So with the moon coming up, once again, we have new moon and we have the moon. And even in this card, with this little moon on top here, it's not exactly the same, but it's similar to this moon. And so once again, sort of the message from Spirit that a new beginning is coming, a new positive beginning is coming for you here when it comes to whatever you're asking about. And so, be persistent. Don't allow yourself to be stuck in one place. Don't allow yourself to, also not enjoy your life, and don't allow yourself to maybe be unwilling to compromise. Be kind of flexible and allow yourself to go with the motions here. With the moon, speaking of motions, also I'm getting emotions here, and so I feel with this card, Spirit's definitely advising you to get in touch with your emotions and get in touch with how you feel, and maybe make a decision based off that, based off also what your intuition is telling you here. And so for whether or not you should let go of what you're asking about, I am going to say that these cards, I'm seeing a no from Spirit. I'm seeing that Spirit is telling you that you should not let go of what you're asking about. As always, if you'd still like to let go, you absolutely can. But from the cards, I'm honestly seeing that Spirit's telling you that you should continue on with whatever you're asking about. If it's a person you're asking about, if you should let go, give them a chance to say something, to maybe work things out between the two of you. This could even be about, giving yourself a chance to, like I said, make a decision, to really figure out what direction you need to go here, make a decision here. Because I think with this new moon card and the holiday card, I think there's a lot of potential here, and with whatever you're asking about, for happiness and for just a positive new beginning to come out of this with these cards. But I do think it will take you making a decision here about what it is that you do want, about what direction you want to go. Talking to someone else, if it's involving someone else here, even, like I said, getting advice from other people about whatever you're asking about here, if it's not, if you're not asking about if you should let another person go or not. And most importantly, listening to your intuition, and I feel really paying attention to what your feelings are telling you here. Go with what you feel here with the moon coming up twice. And so yeah, I think that's really all I have to say with these cards here. Thank you so much for watching this reading. If you enjoyed it, please like this video, please subscribe, comment. That's all I have for you today. Bye. Hello to everyone who chose pile 3, the Tiger's Eye. Oops. So this is a general reading. Take only what resonates and leave what does not. This reading will not resonate with everyone, but this is going to be a reading about whether or not you should let go of the person, place, thing, or situation you're asking about. And So with this, I gave some more information in the beginning of this video, so you can go back and watch that if you'd like. You don't have to, though. I would honestly recommend it, but you don't have to. And so with that, we're going to go ahead and take a look at what Spirit's advice here is for you about whether or not you should let go of what you're asking about. Got quite a lot of cards here for this pile. We're going to start with Green Man, Synergy. So with this card coming up here, there's a lot of, well, it does say green, and there's a lot of green in this picture. And so first thing I was getting was heart chakra. I feel for a lot of you here, you could be maybe working on your heart chakra, or this could be advice from Spirit to work on your heart chakra if you do any kind of work with chakras. But I feel with this, the green coming up and the synergy and heart chakra, I feel like your dealings with other people, how you, like I feel like heart chakra kind of talks about like compassion and love and things like that. And so I feel that, working on that and working on maybe being compassionate or being loving towards other people, or even being loving towards yourself and compassionate towards yourself is important for you here. I would definitely recommend maybe looking up the heart chakra and all of the things that it means. But specifically here, I'm kind of getting the parts of the heart chakra that talk about kind of dealing with other people and being loving and compassionate towards others with this card coming up. And so that's kind of advice from Spirit to possibly work on that. Maybe you're already working on your heart chakra, and this is definitely Spirit telling you to continue. But let's go on to the next cards. We have affirmations. To lift up your thoughts and energy and to attract what you desire, use positive affirmations. So this card coming up, pretty straightforward. Spirit's advising you to kind of implement affirmations in your life, to affirm to yourself that possibly with the heart chakra energy coming up here, that you are loved, or that you can be loving, that you can be compassionate, that you can have good connections with other people. Kind of affirming to yourself positive things here to lift yourself up, to make yourself feel more confident here. And this card also says to attract what you desire, use positive affirmations, and so affirming that you can have this, that you can get that. Affirming to yourself those sort of things will definitely help attract those things into your life. Spirit wants you to know. And so that could be directly related to whatever you're asking about, affirming that you can have this, that, whatever you're asking about, if that applies, if that resonates. But next card you have here is Winter. The answers to your prayers and affirmations are fully realized in the winter months. And so you could be watching this during the winter, or maybe when you're watching this, winter is coming up, or even if winter's already passed. I feel that the winter time will be whenever the next winter is for you when you're watching this. This is timeless. It'll be a really good time to start seeing your affirmations coming true, like this card says. These two cards really definitely go together in showing that if you start now with your affirmations, by the next winter coming up, you'll start to see, your affirmations and your answers to your prayers even being answered. And you'll start to see a lot of improvement with whatever you were wanting improvement in when it comes to your affirmations. So next two cards you have here, Unfinished Symphony and Loyal Heart. So I'm going to start with Loyal Heart because this kind of goes back to the Green Man Synergy card. And in this card we do have, it talks about heart, and there's a heart here. So once again, the heart chakra is being emphasized. You don't have to be asking about anything love or romance related, or you don't have to be asking about another person or anything like that. But I do think that, like I mentioned, being loving and compassionate is really important for you here, whether it be towards someone else, towards just everyone, towards yourself. It's really important here, and Spirit wants you to know that with this card here. Like, this card could be about placing a lot of importance on loyalty. You may place a lot of importance on loyalty, and this could be especially make sense if you are asking about another person here. but it could even be about being loyal to yourself and really caring for yourself and loving yourself. But other card we have here is the Unfinished Symphony, and it is the number 10. And so with this card here, we do have 8 with the little heart, and then we have 10, well, 1 with the Unfinished Symphony card. And so I feel like you may definitely be going through some transformations, some changes, seeing new things happen in your life. Or you may be wanting to see new things happen in your life, and affirming, what you want to happen could definitely make that happen here. But I feel for a lot of you, Spirit is showing you that, Spirit is aware that a lot of you here may feel like whatever you're asking about here is unfinished. You've not gotten exactly what you wanted out of this person, place, thing, or situation. You've not, seen and kind of reap what you wanted to reap from this. You've not harvested in this sense what you wanted from this. The tarot card that I'm kind of picturing is the Seven of Pentacles when it comes to this card. So next card we have here is codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. So with this card, this could be literal, as in you may be dealing with an actual addiction. And with this card, in that case, Spirit is definitely advising you to maybe seek help for that addiction if it is a very serious addiction with this card, and to work with other people to help you here with this codependency card. If it's not literal, as in a literal addiction here you may be dealing with, first off, you don't have to be asking about anything romantic or love related with this card. But I do think this card is showing that Spirit is aware that you have maybe a lot on your mind here. With this card, this woman in this picture, her hand is kind of over, like her chest, kind of over her heart is kind of what I'm seeing here, and it's what I'm being drawn to. And so once again, heart chakra is very, very prevalent here, or working on your heart. If you don't work with chakras, that's perfectly fine. But I'm kind of mentioning, being compassionate, being loving towards others and yourself and that sort of thing. I think it's something that Spirit really wants you to always remember to do. Maybe something that you maybe need to work on. Could be, especially about loving yourself, feeling confident with yourself, or especially if you're asking about another person, being loving and compassionate towards that person. But with this card, you could definitely have a lot on your mind, maybe a lot kind of weighing on your heart, even with the codependency card coming up here. And so once again, working on your heart chakra will kind of help release any maybe old pains you've had that have hurt your heart or things like that with this card coming up here. And then we have if you believe and ask your angels. So with these two cards coming up here, with the if you believe card kind of goes back to the affirmations, and if you affirm to yourself and if you believe that something will happen, then it will happen. If you believe that you are maybe loved, that you're loving, things like that, you will be. And so this card is definitely telling you, Spirit telling you that it's important to believe in yourself here. First and foremost, to believe in yourself, could be possibly to believe in someone else. But with ask your angels here, when it comes to the question of if you should let go or not, both of these cards kind of show that, number one, if you believe you should let go, you should. If you believe that you shouldn't, you don't have to. You don't have to do whatever the cards kind of show here, whatever kind of Spirit shows here. And you could even, focus on asking your own angels, spirit guides, God, Spirit, asking someone even in your personal life, like a family member or a friend or a partner or something like that, for their guidance here, their advice here on whatever you may be inquiring about that you're thinking about letting go of. But that's what I'm getting with that card. And then the last two cards are Five of Cups reversed and the Knight of Swords. So Five of Cups reversed, similar to codependency. I feel a lot of you here, like I said, you have things kind of weighing on your mind, even weighing on your heart. with this card, I think this is advice from Spirit to try your best to look on the bright side. And that's definitely difficult to do. It's definitely difficult to, be positive all the time. You really can't be positive all the time. Like nobody can. I can't. Nobody can be positive 24/7. But Spirit's definitely advising you here to try your best to see the positive, see the good. Five of Cups talks of, this man here is crying about these 3 cups that fell, but there are 2 cups that are still standing upright behind him. And so this card in reverse, I do think it is about Spirit telling you to, look behind you. Look at what you have instead of worrying about what you don't. Or, look at the positives in the situation rather than thinking about the negative and focusing on the negative. Some of you may possibly have an addiction in a sense to thinking negatively, to focusing on the negative and focusing on what didn't happen, what can't happen, what won't happen, rather than, what did happen, what can happen, what good came out of whatever you're asking about here. And so I think with the Knight of Swords card, for some of you here, if you're, inquiring about whether or not you should let go of another person, could be definitely beneficial for you to really speak to this person and be honest with this person here with the Knight of Swords card. Be very honest about how you're feeling, about what you're thinking, things like that. And with this card, as I mentioned, could be possibly about getting help from just someone in your life here to kind of advise you when it comes to the situation. But for advice from Spirit as to whether or not you should let go of what you're asking about, with these cards, I'm going to say yes. Spirit is telling you that you should let go here. As always, you don't have to if you don't want to. And with this card here, if you asked about if you should let go permanently, then I am seeing yes with these cards. And if you asked if you should let go, if you didn't ask if you should let go permanently, then this could just be temporarily letting go of this person, place, thing, or situation. But I think for right now, for a lot of you, this situation, person, place, or thing is causing you a lot of negativity. I feel it's hurting your heart. It's hurting your mind even. You've been very disappointed and sad because of whatever you're asking about here. You felt like things are just kind of unfinished. You've not gotten what you wanted. And I think that with the Knight of Swords here, I do think you should kind of let go and kind of maybe move your mind to somewhere else here with these cards. Be more positive as you can be. Like I said, look on the bright side. Focus on what you do have rather than what you don't when it comes to just your life in general, I feel, with these cards. And, with the little heart here and the synergy card here, could be definitely about focusing on your connections with other people in your life, whether they be romantic or friendly or your family. Just focusing on those connections and enjoying those connections with people, and talking to them and just doing things with them and taking your mind off of whatever it is you're asking about here. Asking about if you should let go of it. And I do think you should let go of it, based on what I'm seeing here. Spirit thinks you should let go because it's important for you to focus your mind elsewhere, to change your focus from this, whatever you're asking about and how sad it's made you, how disappointed you are, and focus your mind to things that you have, people you have around you, things that you enjoy, things that make you happy here. But like I said, do whatever you believe you should do here. If you believe you should let go, then let go, whether it be permanently or just for the time being. Or if you believe you shouldn't let go, then you don't have to. But I'm seeing with these cards here, you should put, loving yourself here and trying to be as positive as you can be here, first and foremost. And kind of pursue your way through any sort of negativity you're experiencing when it comes to your mind and your heart. or even any sort of like, like substance addiction or anything like that, putting your mind to persevering through that because you can. And I do see that Spirit showing you that a lot of you will be seeing improvements when in the upcoming winter here, whenever that may be for when you're watching this reading. So that's what I have to say with these cards for whether or not Spirit thinks you should let go. Thank you so much for watching this reading. Please like this video, subscribe, comment. That's all I have for you today. Bye. Hello, everyone who chose pile 4, the amethyst. Should you let go of this person, place, thing, or situation that you're asking about according to Spirit? We're going to go ahead and take a look at the cards here. I did give some extra information about this reading in the beginning of this video, and so I would recommend going watching that. You don't have to though, but yeah, let's get started with the cards. So first card we have here is tree grounding. Firstly, Spirit is advising you to ground yourself. I'm feeling the very straightforward message here with this card is just about grounding yourself, being in touch with possibly like your root chakra, focusing on your root chakra even, if you do any sort of work with chakras, but yeah, root chakra, base chakra, but being grounded and being realistic, I'm getting, is advice that Spirit has for you here when it comes to whatever you're asking about here. Being in reality, being maybe down to earth, being just very grounded. Then we have emotional healing. As your heart heals of old emotional pain, you receive new blessings and love. So a lot of you, Spirit's aware that a lot of you here have been hurt because of whatever you're asking about here. You have been emotional. A lot of you have been hurt when it comes to your heart. Like your heart has been hurt. And so once again, the heart chakra is coming up, like the root chakra / base chakra was coming up here. We have the heart chakra kind of coming up here with this image here, and also even your throat chakra as well. So lots of chakras coming up here, but if you don't work with chakras, that's fine. I am seeing that though, a lot of you here have been hurt when it comes to your heart, and Spirit is definitely advising you to work on healing your heart, work on some emotional healing, whether that be healing your heart chakra, or your throat chakra, or just kind of working through old hurts, old pains, maybe with a therapist or with someone close to you, or even on your own, and maybe just working through your emotions, feeling your emotions and working past them, maybe over focusing on old pain like this card says. But yeah, Spirit's definitely advising you to do some healing of your emotions here, because I do feel you have been very emotional, and this goes along very well with the grounding card and grounding yourself and trying your best to maybe not be over emotional, where you're kind of hurting your mind, hurting your heart by possibly thinking about old hurts or things like that, with those cards. Then we have the time to go card. Yeah, with the emotional healing, moving on, healing, releasing things that no longer serve you, releasing especially things from the past, that are no longer serving you and that are only causing you emotional pain with these cards, and grounding yourself, like I said, in reality, in the present, especially with this card coming up. And so a lot of you are working towards that. A lot of you maybe have moved on from what you're asking about. Maybe a lot of you have already let go. Maybe a lot of you are definitely really considering it, which would make sense why you're watching this reading. And the next card we have here is religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. This card, you don't necessarily have to be asking about anything love related, but this card coming up, Spirit could definitely be advising you to put some effort maybe into your religion, do some religious things, maybe some religious practices, or some spiritual practices. This is similar to the overall advice that Spirit was giving. When it comes to the spiritual teacher card, especially for those of you that picked this pile, focusing on your spirituality, your religion, things like that. Spirit, is telling you that that will benefit you and it will help you heal here. It will help you feel grounded. It'll help you find, I feel, some peace here and work through some emotional, pain here through doing that with this card coming up. Then we have within the next few months. And with this card here, I want to go ahead and pull the last card and then I'll talk here. Then we have Judgment. And so with these cards here, I feel, for those of you that picked this pile, with Judgment and emotional healing, a lot of you are, Spirit's aware that a lot of you are focusing a lot on the past. Maybe you're reviewing the past, thinking about the past, and specifically thinking about things from the past that are not benefiting you, that are hurting you more than they're helping you, I feel, with these cards. And, with this within the next few months card. So, firstly, whether you should let go or not, Spirit is telling you here that you should let go with these cards. And yeah, this is very kind of obvious here with the Time to Go card. Spirit is telling you that it is time to let go of whatever you're asking about. It is time to move forward with this within the next few months card. It may be hard to tell, but in this card there's a similar sort of like this woman here, she's going towards this door or doorway, this gate here, and in this picture there's like a similar sort of thing with these stairs here going up to this building. But either way with both these cards, I think that within the next few months, if you do choose to let go here, you don't have to, you will start to feel more positive. I feel you will start to feel more vibrant. Like in this picture, you see there's this like bright light here. And with this Time to Go card, you can't really see what's beyond the door here. But this card does talk about kind of it realizing when it is time to move forward, when it is time to let go, when it is time to release the past and to heal and to focus more on the present. And I think that Spirit's telling you that that time is now whenever you're watching this reading. And that if you do work towards letting go here and work towards healing, you'll see a lot of improvement within the next few months here. And you will see, the positivity that I feel is coming for you, that positivity that I feel is behind this door here. And so yeah, I think that is what I have to say with these cards here. Thank you so much for watching this reading. Please do like this video, subscribe, comment. That's all I have for you today. Bye. Hello to everyone who chose pile number 5, the sodalite. So with this reading, we're going to be seeing Spirit's advice on whether or not you should let go. And this is a general reading, so it will not resonate with everyone. Take the messages that do resonate. If you find that the majority of the messages here are not resonating, then possibly choose a different pile. And I did give some kind of like extra information about this reading in the beginning of this video, so I would recommend going back and watching that, but you don't have to. But yeah, let's get started. First card we have here is Summer Solstice Radiance. So with the Summer Solstice card, this card I feel Spirit is saying that for a lot of you here, you have felt positivity when it comes to whatever you're asking about. There have been good times, positive times. Maybe currently you're very happy with whatever you're asking about here. There either has been or there is currently positivity here with what you're asking about. You felt happy with whatever you're asking about, felt good about it. And then we have connect with nature. You're rejuvenated and inspired by spending time outdoors. And so with this card is very straightforward. Spirit is advising you to spend time outdoors, spend time in nature. This could definitely help you figure out, for yourself whether or not you should let go of what you're asking about. You could kind of get more in touch with your intuition or kind of see messages from spirit here. In this card, we do have, oops, I dropped it. We do have a butterfly in this card in the back here. And so I do think that transformation is coming for you here with this card coming up, and Spirit definitely wants you to know that there will be some transformations you'll be going through, or you have been going through. We have Imagine reversed. So with this card, I might even read this from the book because I think I really like the messages from this deck in the book. But I will give you my interpretation of this. With the Imagine card reverse, Spirit is advising you that you need to kind of go after what you want. You need to go after what will make you happy. You need to be willing to make an effort towards what will make you happy here. We have the sun in this card and we have the moon in this card, and I think that with this card in reverse, Spirit wants you to be more focused on going after what makes you happy, focused on seeing things clearly, seeing clarity, because the moon can talk of uncertainty and unknown things and just not seeing things clearly, unknown things, secrets. And so Spirit's advising you to be maybe clear with other people, be clear with yourself, focus on the positive, do what will make you feel happy, do what will bring you happiness eventually. With this card, I do want to, like I said, read it from the book because I think it's a good message, and I think the book kind of explains it well, what I'm also feeling here. So this card says, illusions and wishful thinking rooted in a sense of lack have entered your life. Now may be the time to see things as they truly are and not as you hoped or imagined they would be. Release any fear, then envision anew. Perhaps you are anticipating that something fearful might happen and recreating that image of disaster over and over in your mind. The universe responds to such projections, so be aware of this catastrophizing. No matter what, illusions and awfulizing are a misuse of imagination. Clear the inner slate and stay grounded. Stay real. Only then you can truly have what you desire. That's the message with this card from the book. And yeah, so definitely Spirit's advising you to go after what you do desire here and to be clear with yourself, like I mentioned. So next two cards you have Getting to Know Each Other, and we have Release Your Ex. So you don't have to be asking about anything romantic, but we have Getting to Know Each Other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. So with this card, if you are asking about another person, it could be that, like I kind of mentioned here, that you need to be clear with this person you're asking about, that you need to be honest with them, that you need to truly, tell this person how you truly feel, tell this person and communicate with this person your true thoughts, your true feelings, and be, like I said, very clear with them with this card coming up. And this card also could definitely be about being clear with yourself, as the message of this card kind of mentioned, and as I mentioned with the sun, being clear with yourself and honest with yourself and being grounded, being out in nature could help you gain this clarity, could help you learn to be, could help you ground yourself and be honest with yourself here. With these cards, could also help you maybe be more calm and release any fears or worries, because with Release Your Ex here, this card in the background here, there is the moon. And so once again, I feel for a lot of you, are experiencing some fears, some worries. It could be possibly about the unknown, or it could be about secrets, or it could be that, like I mentioned, you're not being clear with yourself or someone else. And this card, I feel, is about releasing that. Spirit is advising you to release any fears, release any worries. Maybe going out in nature can help you do that. could help you also maybe get some clarity that you're needing here, get some messages, like I kind of mentioned with this card, I believe. And yeah, with this card, like I said, if you're inquiring about another person, really, maybe give this person a chance to explain themselves or tell you something, or tell this person something that you've been meaning to tell them. Being honest with this person, I feel, is important with these cards coming up. And also, like I said, being honest with yourself. Then we have no need to worry. So yeah, once again, with the moon sort of being in this card, I feel a lot of you are, worrying a bit, or worried about possibly what will happen here, especially worried about something bad happening, like this card mentions. And, Spirit is telling you that you don't need to worry. There is no need to worry, and that you can't, you can't be positive all the time, but it's important to try your best to be as positive as you can be, and to focus on things that make you happy, do things that make you happy, rather than worrying about things that, just don't serve you, just don't make you happy, just don't do anything positive for you. Then we have 5 of Swords, and we have the Sun. Wow, the Sun again. Once again, we kind of have this dynamic of there's the Sun, there's the Moon, there's the Moon, there's the Sun. And so this is a very important message that Spirit definitely wants to get across to you, is being very honest and clear with yourself, clear with others, and, kind of giving other people a chance to be clear and honest here. With the 5 of Swords coming up, like I mentioned, you don't have to be asking about another person here, but for some of you, it may definitely be that maybe you are maybe not giving this person a chance to explain themselves, or maybe you feel like the other person's not giving you a chance to explain yourself. But yeah, with this card coming up here though, whether you're dealing with another person or not, I feel like there is a feeling of, you feel kind of defeated here. You feel possibly defeated because of something that you wanted to happen didn't happen, or something that, will make you happy, didn't happen, something that you're like worried about. You're like, yeah, I feel like this card could also be about you worrying about something bad happening, and worried about what you want to happen, what positive thing could happen, not happening. And so with these cards here, for whether or not Spirit thinks you should let go of what you are asking about, I am going to say with these cards that this is I feel like this is a no. I feel like Spirit is telling you that you don't need to let go of what you're asking about. And that is because I feel that with the Sun here, and with this, no need to worry card, I feel like you don't need to worry about the situation, that things will work out in a positive way with these cards coming up here, especially with the Sun kind of coming up here. And I feel that you don't need to worry about kind of feeling defeated, and I feel like, especially if you're asking about another person, I think that a lot of you here, Spirit's advising you to kind of give that person a chance here to explain themselves, or explaining yourself to that person and really being clear with that person. And then maybe that could definitely help you gain some clarity that you need about that person. But you don't have to be asking about a person. No matter what you're asking about here, I do see that with these cards here, kind of releasing fear and releasing worry is important. And so kind of, it's more important to let go of fear and worry than it is to let go of whatever you're asking about here. Because I think that there is positivity in what you're asking about. There is positivity that can come out of this. And I think that maybe connecting with nature, going outside and just maybe even meditating or doing things like that can kind of show you what positivity there is here, what good there is here. Because I feel that, yeah, a lot of you may be focusing a lot more on the negative and a lot more on, what bad things could happen, rather than focusing on what good is here, what good has been here, that could be here also in the future as well. And yeah, I feel like there is good to come out of this. Spirit is letting you know here. And I feel the main thing you should let go of is fear and worry. And so, yeah, I think that is all I have to say here with these cards. As always, if you don't want to, not let go of the situation, you don't have to. You could do whatever you like here. If you do feel like you should let go, you can. But that's what I'm seeing from Spirit here based on these cards. Thank you so much for watching this reading. If you enjoyed it, please do like this video, subscribe, comment. That's all I have for you today. Bye.